Guys, I'm seeing an increased concern from people in my comment section as well as online that the grind in Dead by Daylight is actually one of the main contributing factors as to why people have been leaving Dead by Daylight. And that's not a new thought or subject or anything. That's something that players have been saying forever. I mean, I have 5,500 hours plus in Dead by Daylight, and I have not maxed out all my characters in DBD. Whenever I do my Steam chart videos, I always reference skill-based matchmaking for the exodus of players leaving Dead by Daylight. But a lot of people also additionally saying that one of the main contributors to Dead by Daylight and their reason for not wanting to play it is because the grind is just too big. Almost a year ago, a friend of mine, Trickster Shadow, made an entire YouTube video trying to calculate the exact amount of blood points it would require you to prestige 3 every character in Dead by Daylight. And he calculated it to be about 500 million blood points to max out everything in your account on all characters. Now, obviously, that video came out a year ago, which means that cap 500 million blood points was only going up as time goes on. And it's going to continue going up as new content is released in Dead by Daylight. So behavior need to do something about that, and community manager Peanits has gone to the forums to express that they're working on something. A user on the forum said that the new grave reward is specifically designed to alleviate the grind to a degree, but Peanits said that actually behavior have stated the opposite. It's nothing to do with the grind. It's only to make grave rewards more rewarding. And to be fair to Peanits, he actually said this in the Q&A.
One thing that we've seen people ask is if the grade rewards are like a band-aid solution to that. They're not. We're not looking at that as a solution to the grind. That's just an increase to the grade rewards, nothing more.
Peanits went on to say that behavior are aware that the grind in Dead by Daylight has reached a point where it's actually putting people off playing Dead by Daylight. And so they're working on a way to alleviate that grind, but they cannot talk about it right now. So what I wanted to do was discuss some of the community favorite ideas of grind reduction so we can kind of theorize what behavior are working on to reduce the Bloodpoint grind. Now, everyone knows of Scott Junn's famous 7.0 patch notes meme video, one of the greatest trolls in DBD YouTube history.
Perk tiers have been completely removed.
Obviously, this video is a meme. This has been a community favorite idea to reduce the grind, and it would do so by 2/3 immediately. However, behavior are just not keen on this solution.
Straight up, we've got no plans to remove perk tiers.
Yeah, we have something else in mind, but not removing perk tiers. Yes, it would cut the grind in 2/3, but the grind grows exponentially every time new content is added. So if we were to do so, it would only be a matter of time before that grind becomes a problem again. That it's actually a lot more work to remove the perk tiers than just deleting them. And so if we're going to spend a bunch of time on a solution, we'd rather spend that time on a permanent solution, not something that's only going to be effective for a little while.
So rather than waste time band-aiding it right now, they want to work on a solution that fixes the problem altogether. And I can appreciate that. That's efficient game design. Fix the problem rather than band-aiding it. But it kind of sucks when you just know that right now, if they were to remove 2/3 of the grind, that would make things so much easier for everybody right now. It's a good band-aid fix, but I can understand why they don't want to go that way. Our friend Trickster Shadow also has lots of ideas how to fix the grind in Dead by Daylight. The first is to basically uncap survivor blood points so that you can go above the 32,000. The reason being is it's not the survivor's fault when a killer focuses on just one survivor and chases that one survivor. You can't earn more blood points because of the way the killer plays, and so at least then you would earn more blood points because your categories are uncapped. Additionally, for the survivor who's being chased, they can only earn basically boldness, blood points, and survival if they escape, and so then you essentially reward them with 1/4 of all blood points that the other survivors gain through the trial to compensate them for being in chase for so long. So that's one way you could potentially solve the survivor blood point gain. Another solution would be to rework the Rift rewards. So currently on the Rift, there are a crap ton of charms, and a lot of them are recolors of each other. So you just have like 20 pages of charms that no one uses and no one even cares about. So let's replace those charms with something the community can use and will want, such as a BP or iridescent shard modifier. So instead of a charm, you get an account modifier, which can boost your blood point or iridescent shard gains for the next 12 to 24 hours. And it would be like a blood rush or a blood hunt, but instead of it being global for everyone, it's just account focused. That makes the Rift feel more rewarding because you're working towards getting more blood points for yourself and removing unnecessary clutter from your inventory. Another of Trickster Shadow's solutions would be to make the devotion level be more rewarding. The way devotion works is once your account hits level 100, you gain a level of devotion. And all this does really is shows how much you've played Dead by Daylight. What Trickster Shadow wants is for every level of devotion, you would gain an additional 100,000 blood points towards your blood point cap. So if you're unfamiliar, once you hit 1 million blood points in Dead by Daylight, you cannot earn any additional blood points from games played. If this was to be a solution, me at level 25 devotion would be able to gain an additional 2.5 million blood points. So So my personal Bloodpoint cap would be 3.5 million. Behavior's justification for having a Bloodpoint cap is essentially that they don't want people to store up a lot of Bloodpoints and then stop playing Dead by Daylight and then only play Dead by Daylight when new content comes out. But unfortunately for them, I think that's what people are doing anyway. People play for a little bit, get bored, and come back when a new content comes out. And so it's a justification that's no longer relevant to the current state of the game. And so you should be rewarding players for hitting high devotion levels because they're your veterans. They're the people who are addicted to your game. The final solution Trickster Shadow had to alleviate the grind would be to make it so that prestiges are more rewarding. So currently the way prestige works is when you prestige the character, you gain a bloody cosmetic for that character. Also, for each prestige level, you gain a 1% increase towards the rarity of items in your blood web. Think about how many times you actually unhook yourself off of a hook, you Kobe. That's a 4% chance. So if you think about the times that you've actually Kobe'd in Dead by Daylight, that's a 4% chance. 3% really isn't doing anything for your blood web gain. Trickster Shadow's solution is to make it so that your prestige level also spawns in that level of perk to your blood web. That means that prestige 0 and prestige 1 are absolutely unchanged, but once you hit prestige 2 and 3, then at prestige 2, all perks start at tier 2 in your blood web, and at prestige 3 all perks start at tier 3 in your blood web, and that will really cut down the grind to reach prestige 3, as well as encouraging players to go for prestige 3 because it's easier to get those tier 3 perks in your blood web. Additionally, he wants to make it so you can choose which items or atoms spawn more regularly in your blood webs rather than just have that base 3%, which is pretty much nothing towards increased rarity. You'd have to create a whole new UI for that. I'm not exactly sure how that would work or if it would be fruitful, but it's an interesting idea to make prestiges more rewarding. So let's round up what we've discussed here. Behavior have said, yes, they could remove perk tiers, but it's a lot of work to do, and it's only a band-aid solution because basically in years to come, they would have to come up with a new solution to fix the grind problem, and I can understand that a little bit, even though it would fix the problem right now. So it leaves me thinking, like, how are Behavior actually going to fix the grind in their game? Like, what is their solution? Are they going to inflate the blood point gains you get per game so that you gain more blood points overall instead of a 32,000 being a perfect game? Maybe 100,000 is a perfect game, and then you have the bonuses on top of that. Are they going to reduce how much stuff costs in the blood webs entirely? So instead of it being 3,000 for a brown, it's like 500 for a brown. Or are they just going to remove blood points altogether and have an entirely new system and currency in place for people, and they'll convert all your blood points currently into that system? It leaves me thinking, after all of this, listening to Behavior's thoughts on it and reading other people's solutions, that they actually do have to remove perk tiers as part of their solution. They're just so redundant for Dead by Daylight. There's only one perk I can think of where the benefit of having it at tier 1 outweighs the benefit of getting it to tier 3, and that's Make Your Choice, because at tier 1 it lasts for 40 seconds. So if you down the survivor quicker than 40 seconds, then you have a better chance of activating Make Your Choice again sooner onto the next survivor. I just think that 6 years down the line, perk tiers are just a completely redundant thing for Dead by Daylight, and whatever solution Behavior comes up with, it should include the removal of perk tiers. Even if that is a band-aid fix, they fix the problem of their grind whilst also reducing the grind by 2/3. That is a happy Dead by Daylight community as far as I'm concerned. What are your thoughts on how to fix the blood point grind in Dead by Daylight? Let me know how many characters you have prestige 3'd. Have you maxed out your account, or do you refuse to prestige because it's a waste of blood points? I would love to hear from you. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. If you haven't already, just check to see if you're subscribed. I'm seeing an increase in ratio of people who watch my videos that are unsubscribed. Maybe you're one of those people and you've just forgot to press the button. It'll make me happy. I'd appreciate it. Thank you. Hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll catch you on the next video.
Check me out, y'all.